33 years ago, when I was a youngster growing up in LA, I came from a house, a home, or let me say the projects, the apartments, just like a lot of y'all come from. I didn't have a mother and a father in my home when I grew up. I never woke up in my whole life and said, good morning, mommy, and good morning, daddy. Never. See, I grew up in a house where I watched my mother come home every day, frustrated, bitter, and watch her drink herself to sleep at night. My mother was uneducated. My grandmother and grandfather didn't read or write, and my mother and father didn't because education wasn't valued in our home. No one ever stimulated my mind when I came home, or we sat at the dinner table at 5 o'clock in the evening like most families do, and someone asked me what I want to do when I grow up, what I want to be, what's my dream. And dreams is a foundation and the basis of this school, Achievable Dreams. See, the only dream I had when I was a youngster was to one day get that house on the hill with a white picket fence, with a swimming pool in the backyard, on a quiet street with big, big trees. No gangsters, no drug dealers, no drama. But see, when I was a little youngster growing up, I had blinders on my whole life. I only saw one direction. It wasn't until I started to value education that the blinders came off and I began to view the world different and life around me different. So when I was in high school, I went to school for all the wrong reasons. Because see, the teacher used to put stuff up on the board and she would ask the students in the class, say, Henderson, do you understand what we're doing here? I said, yes, ma'am, I understand. But I really didn't, because I was embarrassed to say I didn't because I didn't want nobody to laugh at me. But I couldn't comprehend what they were teaching because I had no reinforcement at home. The only reinforcement I had at home and in my community was the older homeboys in the neighborhood, just like you guys. When you leave school, you go back to the neighborhood and all the homies is hanging out. Well, they manufacturing dreams too, for bad dreams, bad vision, bad focus. And all those bad dreams at the end of the day wind you up in prison like Chef Jeff. It'll wind young girls pregnant at a young age. Because a lot of young girls out there feel that they have to be with someone or give themselves to someone to validate them as a person. Just like the youngsters out there selling drugs on the street because they want all the gadgets and the trinkets that they feel that they need to validate you and make you feel like you somebody in the neighborhood. You should never feel that you need an earring, a necklace, some high-priced tennis shoes or the latest fashion to validate who you are. But the reason why sometimes we think like that is because we never had that powerful reinforcement. We've had low self-esteem our whole life. Because see, when I was a youngster, no one ever told me that I was somebody. No one ever told me that I was smart until I went to prison. No one ever told me that I had potential. See, you can't have a dream until you find your purpose in life. So if you don't have a purpose, you're lost. Education is powerful. I'm obsessed with knowledge. I read my first book when I was 28 years old. I built powerful relationships with powerful people who create opportunities, who open doors for me. I wanted the knowledge. I wanted the information that was going to make me the best at what I want to be. That's what I had to do. And I hope that what I said today have touched you, have inspired you, because I'm just a messenger. I'm just coming with a powerful message of hope, inspiration, and change, the American dream. And I knew nothing about the American dream 20 years ago, and it's real, and it's achievable. All right? Thank you, guys.